Test, test, test. Test, 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 test. Okay.
Judge, I'm gonna resend Deja the link. She said she didn't get it.
All right, thanks. Hey, is everybody ready?
Yes.
Awesome. All righty. I want to make sure that you all can hear me. So I want you to raise your right hand. Okay, give me 1 second. All righty, keep your hands raised. Now I'm going to swear you in. Do you swear or affirm that all information, keep your hands raised, all information that you'll give before the court this afternoon will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? If you agree with this statements and you can hear me, lower your hand. All right, good. Let me take a couple minutes to speak with you all this afternoon. My name is Judge Cooper, and I'm the presiding magistrate this afternoon, the 25th day of August, for the purpose of conducting first appearance hearing. I'm not here to try your case or take a plea in your case or anything of that nature. You're here for the court to inform you of the allegations against you, to advise you of certain rights that you have, to set bail on those offenses for which this court is authorized to set bail, to schedule a preliminary hearing for you, and to determine whether you require the assistance of counsel. First, let me start with your rights. You have the right to remain silent and say nothing, but should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceedings may be used against you if your case goes to trial. During this and all proceedings, you have the right to the presumption of innocence until the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to an indictment by grand jury for most felonies, or by accusation if you're charged with a misdemeanor. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and cross-examine witnesses or called to testify against you. You also have the right to call witnesses on your own behalf. You have the right to testify and offer evidence on your own defense, but should you choose not to do so, there can be no presumption of guilt may be raised against you. Now you have the right to an attorney at all proceedings, and per the order of our chief judge, today I'll be appointing an attorney to represent you. If I appoint an attorney, in appointing an attorney to represent you, someone from that attorney's office or that attorney themselves should be contacting you within the next 72 hours. That is to make sure that your rights are protected. If you so choose, you may hire your own counsel at a later time. So again, I'm appointing an attorney to represent you all today, but you may also hire your own counsel at a later time. Now, let's talk about bond. Okay, is that everyone, folks?
Yes, that's everybody.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, folks, I'm gonna talk to you about bond. Some of you will be allowed to post an unrestricted bond for your release from jail pending the prosecution of this matter. Bond may be posted using cash, property, or commercial bond. Cash, if I say your bond is $2,000 and you have a family member or friend who has that amount of funds available, they come and they place that funds with the sheriff along with whatever applicable fees that may be posted around that the sheriff's office. But they come and they post their bond with the fees for your release. And when the case is over with, that person goes and get their funds back. If you do not have someone with that amount of funds, then use the bonding company or commercial bond. They pay, commercial bonding companies generally charge about 10 to 15% of the amount of your bond. So what'll happen for a $2,000 bond, a bonding company may charge a family member or friend anywhere from $200 to $300. And then the bonding company comes and posts the bond for you. The difference is the funds that's paid to the bonding company, that's their fee. No one gets that back. Or a family member or friend, if they have equity in property equals to 3 or 4 times the amount of your bond, they come and they pledge the deed to their property for your release. Once you are released, once the case is handled, they get the deed to their property back. Now, on bonds, there's a general condition that while on bond, you will not violate any laws of the state of Georgia. That's the general conditions on all bonds. Some bond may have a special condition, which states that you're not to go around a certain place or contact certain people. Understand that those conditions are taken very seriously. If you violate the terms of those special conditions, you'll be subject to a rearrest and you'll not be able to make bond for the remainder of the proceedings. Now, for the family members who may be watching, if you're named as a victim on the charge, you will not be allowed to make bond for your family members. The bond will be provided, well, you'll hear it here, but it may also be provided to you with all the applicable fees by calling the sheriff's office at the conclusion of this broadcast. Now, there are certain conditions where I'm not authorized to grant you a bond, such as if you're currently on probation or parole, or for some offenses, I'm not authorized to grant you a bond as a magistrate court judge. For the purpose of a preliminary hearing, if you are charged with a misdemeanor hearing, you'll have an option of waiving or not waiving what's called a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing is where you'll be in front of another judge, and at such time, they'll determine if the allegations against you rise to the level of an offense in the state of Georgia. If you're charged with a felony case or felony allegations, your preliminary hearing date is October the 14th. If you're charged with a felony, you'll not be able to waive your preliminary hearing. If you're charged with a misdemeanor, and the court date for misdemeanor is September 15th. If you're charged with a misdemeanor and you make bond, that hearing date will automatically be waived. So again, if you're charged with a misdemeanor and you make bond, that hearing date will automatically be waived, the date of September 15th. Also, if you're charged with a misdemeanor and you may have difficulty making bond, you have the option of what's called waiving or not waiving your preliminary hearing. If you choose to waive your preliminary hearing, it is not an admission of guilt. You're not giving up any rights. It's just a decision you're making that you want your case sped up. And in which case, your case will be in front of another judge within the next 2 weeks. Again, if you're charged with a misdemeanor, the court date for misdemeanor is September the 15th. If you bond out, that date will automatically be canceled and you'll get your next court date in the mail. But if you think you may have difficulty making bond, you have an option of waiving your preliminary hearing, which is a decision you're making that you want your case sped up, in which case it'll be in front of another judge within the next 2 weeks. All righty, I'm going to release you back to the deputies, and then they'll give you instructions on how to approach, and we'll continue from that point on. Thank you.
Who do you want to start with, Johnny?
Emails from the 24th, then the 25th.
Yes, sir.
Alphabetical, please.
Barfield. To the podium.
Ms. Barfield, good afternoon. How are you, ma'am?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Ms. Barfield, it is alleged you committed the following offenses: obstruction of an officer, walking along the roadway, as well as being publicly intoxicated. Ms. Barfield, do you understand the allegations, or do you require them to be formally read to you?
Yes. Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Ms. Barfield, your bond this afternoon, ma'am, is $3,500. Will you be able to make bond, Ms. Barfield?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Barfield. Again, should you make bond, the court date of September the 15th would automatically be canceled,
Yes,
and you'll
sir.
get your next court date in the mail. Okay, Ms. Barfield? Now, I got to give you one other option. You don't want to waive and move your court date up, correct?
No, I just want to make bond.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. Follow the orders of the deputies, please.
Listen.
What's your name, ma'am?
Natasha Blue.
Ms. Blue, it's alleged that you drove with an expired license or decal, possessed marijuana 1 ounce or less, as well as an open container violation. Ms. Blue, do you understand the allegations against you, ma'am, or do you require me to read it formally?
I understand it.
All right, Ms. Blue, your bond this afternoon, ma'am, is $2,500. Will you be able to make bond, Ms. Blue?
Yeah.
Yes, not yeah. Now, Ms. Blue, you still have the option. I have to inform you that you have the option of waiving and having your case moved up quicker. Do you want your case moved up quicker, ma'am, or you just want to make bond?
I just want to make bond.
All right, Ms. Blue, if you make bond, again, the court date is scheduled for the 15th of September, but if you make bond, that date will be automatically waived and you get your next court date in the mail. Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Are you Ms. Clark? Ms. Clark, it is alleged you committed the following allegations: improper backing, an improper lane change, and driving a suspended or revoked license. Do you understand the allegations against you, ma'am, or do you require it to be read to you?
Yes, sir. I understand.
All righty. Ms. Clark, your bond this afternoon is $2,500. Will you be able to make bond, Ms. Blue? Ms. Clark, I'm sorry, Ms. Clark.
Fine, yes.
All righty. Now, Ms. Clark, if you make bond, the court date of September the 15th will automatically be waived and you'll get your next court date. It'll be later on in the year. Do you want to keep that or do you want to waive and speed it up?
I want to keep that. I just want to make bond.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good afternoon. Good afternoon, ma'am. Are you Miss Galtney?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Sorry.
All right, that's fine. Ms. Galtney, it's alleged you committed the offense of criminal trespass as well as violated a family violence order. Do you understand the allegations, ma'am, or do you require it to be read to you?
Yeah, I don't understand them. But
All right, Ms. Galtney, I'll read it to you. It said that you intentionally changed the locks on a residence, location without alteration from the tenant. Mr. Lawrence, can't read the last name, maybe Davis, by preventing him access to the residence. And you violated a no contact rule that was stated in the lease. That is the allegation, man. So not that whether it's true or not, but that's the allegations.
may I say something?
No, ma'am. I'm appointing counsel to assist you. I told everybody that in the beginning, and I guess I should have said that the counsel is the person whom you tell whatever, because I cannot help you today. But by appointing counsel, that's the person who can best assist you. Now, ma'am, your bond is $4,000. Will you be able to make bond, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, sir, or yes, judge.
Yes, sir.
Now, all right, Ms. Galtney, your court date right now is set for the 15th of September. If you make bond, that date will be canceled and you'll get your next court date in the mail, but also have to inform you have the right to waive and have it sped up. Do you want to keep that court date or do you want it sped up?
If I don't make bond, I want it sped up.
So then, all right, so then you'll be waiving. So you want to waive? You really, okay.
If I don't,
All right, give me 1 second. I have to change what I wrote down.
is it bond for both the charges?
Yes, ma'am. All righty, ma'am. The deputies there will have you sign a piece of paper acknowledging that you want to waive, and I'll fill it out so it can be processed. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Are you Miss Howard?
No, sir.
What is your name, ma'am?
Joanna Johnson.
All right, Ms. Johnson, it's alleged you committed the offense of assault by strangulation. Do you understand the allegations, ma'am, or do you require me to read it to you?
I wasn't there, but you can read it out.
Okay. It is said that you battered Angel Calloway, who's your friend for the past 3 years. Angel advised that you tussled with her on the bed and then choked her using 2 hands, choking her to a point that she could no longer breathe. That is the basis of the allegation, Ms. Johnson. Ms. Johnson, the bond in those matters is $10,000. Will you be able to make bond, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay. Ms. Johnson, when you do make bond, again, you're still from Ms. Calloway. I'm putting here that you not to go back around the address of 241 Falcon Drive, room 125. But should that be your residence and you have stuff there, I'm also putting on here that once you make bond, you present this to the sheriff and someone will go with you to make sure you can get your stuff. That's to prevent someone making an allegation that you did anything wrong while you're there and get you in any further trouble. Again, I'm appointing counsel to assist you. Your next court date is the 14th of October, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. October 14th, 8 a.m., courtroom 201. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Hello, ma'am. What's your name, please?
Johnson, Alexandria.
Hello, Alexandria Johnson. Ms. Johnson, it's alleged that you committed the offense of criminal trespass. Do you understand the allegations or do you require me to read it to you, ma'am?
Can you, could you read it to me?
Sure. It said you put the victim, Deshaun Newsom, belongings outside of the incident location without his consent, and then you denied him back access to the resident, and that you both lived together at the residence, and both your names were on the lease. That is the allegation, ma'am. Now, having read to you the allegation, the bond in those matters is $2,000. However, I'm going to allow you to sign yourself out, okay? There is a condition though, ma'am, okay, that you're not to have any violent contact with Mr. Newsom. You can go back to the residence, but no more, none of this stuff, okay, ma'am? And if you violate that, again, you'll be rearrested, having a new charge, and you'll not be eligible for any other bond. Do you understand, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Hey, man, what's your name?
Last name Lee, Phoenicia.
All right, Ms. Finichet. Ma'am, it's alleged that you committed the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, made of false statements, and as well as obstruction of an officer.
I never wrote a statement, sir.
Your bond this afternoon, ma'am, just listen. That's the first that's your first requirement.
I
I didn't say you wrote a statement. I want you to listen, and I'll start over.
thank you.
It is alleged you committed the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon,
Yes.
making false statement,
Yes.
and obstruction of an officer. Your bond, do you understand the allegations, ma'am, or do you require it to be read to you?
I understand.
Okay. Ma'am, your bond this afternoon is $27,000. Will you be able to make bond, ma'am?
This afternoon, no, but I can.
All righty. Ma'am, a condition of your bond is that you're to stay away from Mr. Sales, okay? I'm appointing counsel to assist you, and your next court date is the 14th of October, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. October 14th, 8 a.m., 201. Thank you, ma'am.
October, sorry, can I write that?
October, they'll take care of you. They got it.
Okay.
Your Honor, this is Howard.
All righty. Ms. Howard, good afternoon. Ms. Howard, it's alleged you did the following, you committed the following offenses: driving under the influence, hit and run, an accident, following too closely, having no insurance, 2 counts of aggravated assault, 1 count of obstruction of an officer, 1 count of fleeing from an officer to include driving on the wrong side of the road, 1 count of an improper lane change, and 1 count of escape.
Oh my God.
Howard, I'm denying you bond this afternoon. Howard, I have appointed counsel to assist you, ma'am.
Oh my God.
Your next court date, Ms. Howard, is the 14th of October, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. October the 14th, 8 a.m., courtroom 201. Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. What's your name?
Mayo.
Ms. Mayo, it's alleged you committed the offense of criminal trespass. Do you understand the allegation, ma'am, or do you require me to read it to you?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Ms. Mayo, the bond is $2,000. However, I'm going to allow you to sign yourself out this afternoon. Ms. Mayo, while out on bond, there's a condition that you'd have no violent contact with Ms. Brown. Okay, you can go back around the house. You have contact. You just can't get into any physical altercations. Do you understand, ma'am?
Understand.
If you violate that, ma'am, you'll be rearrested, new charge, and not be eligible for any bond for the remainder of this process. Do you understand, ma'am?
I understand.
Thank you very much. Ms. Lopez, good afternoon, ma'am. How are you? Ms. Lopez, do you understand clearly English, or do you require the assistance of an interpreter?
English.
Okay. All right, Ms. Lopez, it's alleged you committed the offense of simple battery. Do you understand the allegations, or do you require me to read it to you?
I understand.
All righty, ma'am. The bond in those manners is normally $3,000. However, I'm going to allow you to sign yourself out this afternoon without having to post a bond. There is a condition of your bond or signing yourself out, in that you're to have no violent contact with Mr. Garcia Alvarez Hector. Okay, ma'am? You can go back around the house. You can be around him, but no fighting, pushing, arguing, anything of that nature. Do you understand, ma'am? All right. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good afternoon. Hello, ma'am. What's your name, please?
Aja Blue.
Okay, Azure Blue. All right, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
All right.
We're gonna do it this way. All right, Ms. Blue. Ms. Blue, it's alleged that you drove with an expired or no license plate or decal. You possess marijuana 1 ounce or less. as well as an open container violation. Ms. Blue, your bond this afternoon is $2,500. You be able to make bond, Ms. Blue?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Blue, should you make bond? Your court date, which is currently scheduled for September the 15th, will be canceled and you'll get your next court date in the mail. Also have to inform you that waiving your preliminary hearing and have your case sped up. Would you like your case to be sped up or would you rather keep that court, make bond?
I'm gonna make bond.
All right, thank you, Ms. Blue. What's your name, ma'am?
It's me and Frazier.
Okay, we have gone into the 25th. All righty. Give me 1 second. All right, Ms. Frazier, it is alleged that you committed the offense of aggravated assault as well as criminal damage in the second degree. Do you understand the allegations, Ms. Frazier, or do you require it be read to you?
No, I understand.
You understand? All right, Ms. Frazier, I'm going to be denying you bond this afternoon. But when you do make bond, and let me back up, I'm denying you bond this afternoon. I'm appointing counsel to assist you. So with the assistance of counsel, when you make bond, Ms. Frazier, there's going to be some conditions. One, that you got to stay away from Tyler Frazier. Two, that you're not to go back around that address of 1836 Whitworth Drive. Now, I know that's your home. So I'm putting on here that once you're released, contact the sheriff, someone, and the deputy will go with you to make sure you can get your stuff. That's to ensure that no one says you do anything wrong while you're there. Now, Ms. Frazier, your next court date is the 14th of October at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. October the 14th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Thank you, ma'am.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
That you were going to provide me counsel before you give me a bond. When will that be?
I'm going to sign the paperwork right now for you to have counsel, ma'am. So counsel should be contacting you within the next 72 hours.
Okay. So I have
Thank you.
72 hours?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. What's your name, please? I'm sorry?
She's the
Okay, Kimberly, got it. All righty. Ma'am, it is alleged you committed the offense of criminal trespass. Do you understand the allegation or you require me to read it to you, ma'am?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Ma'am, the bond is normally $2,000. However, I'm going to allow you to sign yourself out this afternoon. While you're on bond, you're not to violate any laws. Okay, and your next court date is going to be September the 15th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. September the 15th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Thank you, ma'am.
You didn't write that on that.
I'm done.
Harris. Yeah, that's a portable service I'm doing. Fill it out.
Hello, ma'am. What's your name, please?
Hey, Yolanda, how you doing?
I'm well. What is your name, please?
Aisha Harris.
Harris? Okay. All right. Ms. Harris, it's alleged that you committed the offense of criminal trespass. Do you understand the allegation, Ms. Harris? Should you require me to read it to you?
I do understand, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Harris, the bond is normally $2,000. However, I'm going to allow you to sign yourself out this afternoon without having to post a bond. Your next court date, ma'am, is the 15th of September at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. And again, I'm appointing counsel to assist you. Okay, Ms. Harris?
Appreciate that, Your Honor.
You're welcome, ma'am. Have a good afternoon. Hello, ma'am. What's your name?
I'm Brittany Jones.
Ms. Jones, it's alleged you committed the offense of possession of marijuana 1 ounce or less. Do you understand the allegation or you require me to read it to you?
I understand.
Ms. Jones, the bond is normally $1,500. However, I'm going to allow you to sign yourself out this afternoon Ms. Jones, your next court date will be September the 15th, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. September 15th, 8 a.m. 201. Thank you, Ms. Jones.
I get a copy of that so I remember.
Yes, ma'am, you will.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's my husband.
Hello, Ms. Lothan.
How are you?
I am well. Ms. Lothan, it's alleged that you committed the offense of criminal trespass. Do you understand the allegation or do you require me to read it to you?
I understand, sir.
Now, ma'am, the bond is normally $2,000. However, I am going to allow you to sign yourself out this afternoon. So by your signature, you'll be released. There is a condition, ma'am, and that is you're to have no violent contact with Mr. Forlani Lothan. Okay? Now, you can't have contact, but y'all just can't get into that, no fussing and fighting, all right?
Okay.
Times are tough enough right now. Your next court date, ma'am, will be the 15th of September, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. And again, I'm appointing counsel to assist you, but if you choose to, you can hire your own attorney. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, how are
Good
you?
afternoon, ma'am. What's your name?
Rita McConaughey.
Ms. McConaughey, it's alleged you committed the offense of simple battery. Ma'am, I'm denying their, hold on a second. I'm denying the allegation. I'm denying the allegation, and I'll sign a document for you to be released this afternoon. However, ma'am, when you go back to the home, no physical stuff. All right, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
I'll do that. Do that. Still. Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
What's your name, ma'am?
Phillips Wolf.
Ma'am, it's alleged you committed the offense of battery and cruelty to animals. Do you understand the allegation, ma'am, or do you require me to read it to you?
No, sir, I understand it.
All righty, ma'am. Your bond this afternoon will be $10,000. Will you be able to make bond, ma'am?
No, sir.
All righty. I'm appointing counsel to assist you. And your next court date, ma'am, is the 14th of October, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. October the 14th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Thanks, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. What's your name?
My name is Lisa Rios.
Ms. Rios, do you request the need or have the need for an interpreter this afternoon, ma'am?
No.
Okay, Ms. Rios. Ms. Rios, it's alleged that you drove on a suspended or revoked license. Do you understand the allegation, ma'am, or do you require me to read it to you?
I understand.
All right, Ms. Rios, the bond in that matter is $1,500. Will you be able to make bond, Ms. Rios?
I'm trying to, I called some family members yesterday.
Got it. Got it. Oh, no problem, no problem. That's fine. That's enough. If you make bond, the next court date is September the 15th, but if you make bond, that day will be canceled and you'll get the next court date for later on in the year. Or, Ms. Rios, you have the option of telling me right now if you want to waive it and you want your case sped up. If you want your case sped up, you'll have your next court date in the next 2 weeks.
What's sped up? Like, what do you mean by that? Like sped up?
Sped up, moved up. So rather than, let's say you can't make bond, okay? If you cannot make bond, then you'll be in court till the 15th of September. But if you waive, you'll have your next court date in the next 2 weeks. It'll be close. It'll probably be about 8th of September or something like that. So maybe a little sooner.
If I get the court date and everything like that, and I don't have to make bail,
I will always encourage you to make bail, man.
yeah, oh, I know. But if I can't, then they decided if I can go or not.
It's not that you can go or not. They'll have another case. Your case will be handled sooner rather than September 15th.
But what am I waiving again?
Nothing. You just want a case sped up. Do you want me to get you an interpreter, ma'am? We have an interpreter on the line.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Ms. Bermudez, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Bermudez.
You're welcome.
Let me kind of go back over. What I have is Ms. Rios. Ms. Rios is charged with driving a suspended or revoked license. She indicated that she understands that and that she speaks English quite well. I'm trying to explain to her that the court date is September the 15th. If she makes bond, that date will be canceled and she'll get another court date later in the year. But if she has difficulty making bond and she would just like to have her case sped up, then she could waive. She asked me again, and you know the challenge is what is waiving? And I just want you to explain all that to her and to emphasize that it's just she wants her case moved up. Rather than September 15th, she may be looking at her case being held around the 7th or so of September. So it's just a decision she's making that she wants her case moved up. Thank you.
Señora Ríos, muy buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Deyanira Bermúdez y yo voy a ser su intérprete. El juez solamente quiere que yo le explique que si usted tiene su audiencia preliminar programada para el 15 de septiembre, esa es la próxima audiencia que está fija en el proceso. Si usted paga su fianza y sale, esa audiencia del día 15 de septiembre se cancela.
Okay.
Pero si usted no puede pagar su fianza y salir, entonces, si usted renuncia a tener su audiencia preliminar, la audiencia suya se acelera, lo que significa que usted podría ir ante un juez más o menos alrededor del 7 o el 8 de septiembre.
Ok. Eso no significa que soy culpable o nada así, nomás significa.
No, solamente significa que si usted no puede salir bajo fianza, entonces usted podría ir al tribunal más rápido. Esto acelera el proceso.
Y pero de todos modos, si hago eso, que para hacer el caso más rápido, moverlo más rápido, y alguien pone para sacarme el bond, ¿todavía tengo chance para sacarme o no?
Sí, todavía usted puede pagar su fianza y salir si usted así lo elige.
Quería saber eso que estaba tratando de entender, pero sí quiero apurar mi caso más rápido. Por si
o sea, que quiere renunciar a tener su audiencia preliminar.
Sí, por favor.
Your Honor, Ms. Rios, she wants to waive her prelim.
She wants to waive, okay? Tell her that I'm gonna have the deputy's gonna have her sign a document and I will process it so they'll know she wants her case sped up.
Okay, que el alguacil le va a dar un documento para que usted lo firme y que el juez lo va a poner para ser procesado, cuestión de que ellos sepan que usted quiere que su caso se mueva más rápido.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Ms. Bermudez. When I'm finished with the young ladies, I'm gonna ask for if anyone else may need your services so that we may expedite your assistance.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rios. You may follow the orders of the deputies, please. Thank you. Good afternoon, ma'am. What's your name, please?
Victory Walker.
Ms. Walker, it's alleged that you committed the following offenses: driving under the influence of alcohol, as well as an improper lane change. Do you understand the allegations, ma'am, or do you require me to read it to you?
Yes, sir, I understand.
All right, ma'am, your bond this afternoon will be $4,500. Will you be able to make bond, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Now, ma'am, when you make bond, the court dates for misdemeanors is September the 15th. That date will be canceled and you'll get your next court date in the mail. It'll be later on in the year. But you also have the option today, if you want your case sped up, you can waive that hearing and you'll have another court date within the next 2 weeks. What would you like, ma'am? Would you like to keep that court date and make bond, or would you want to waive and speed it up?
I'll keep that court date and make bond, but it's,
All right. I'm sorry, you're saying something else?
it's a misdemeanor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
All right, have a good afternoon. Hello, ma'am, what's your name?
Williams.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Williams.
Stephanie Williams.
Colleen Williams.
She's a fugitive, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Got it. Hold on. All righty, you're Kathleen Francis Williams. All righty, Ms. Williams, I'm gonna give you a short version. If you don't understand it, then let me know. All righty, your case is different from all that has come before me, and that you're not charged with anything here in the state of Georgia. It's alleged that you're wanted out of the out of Texas. Now, you have an option of challenging extradition or waiving extradition. First, I'll explain challenging extradition. If you choose to challenge extradition, you're challenging it on 4 very limited grounds. First, whether you are Kathleen Francis Williams, whether you are who they say you are. 2, whether you're charged with an offense that actually exists in the state of Texas. And 3, whether the paperwork alleging you are who you are and whether or not you're charged with the state of Texas is in order. And based upon those 3 things, whether number 4, whether you are in fact a fugitive. If you choose to challenge extradition, you'll be with us for a period of 30 days for the respective law enforcement folks at the state level to make sure everything is in order. If they do not have it together within those 30 days, you can stay with us for an additional period of 60 days. If after 60 days, everything is not in order, then you'll be released. That is challenging extradition. You may also choose to waive extradition. If you choose to waive extradition, the folks in Texas will be notified you're here, and they'll have a reasonable amount of time to come and get you. I can't give you an exact number of days, okay? But it will be less than 30 days. Do you understand the options between challenging extradition and waiving extradition, ma'am? You need to speak, not shaking your head.
Sure.
Okay, what is your decision today? Do you want to challenge extradition or do you want to waive extradition?
With expedition.
All righty, the officers will have you sign something, ma'am. Thank you.
Eddie Beasley.
Ready? What is your name, ma'am?
Eddie Beasley.
Betty Beasley, okay. Miss Beasley, it's alleged that you drove under the influence as well as driving with a suspended or revoked license. Your bond this afternoon, ma'am, is $5,500. Do you understand the allegations, Miss Beasley, or do you require me to read it to you?
I understand.
All right, Miss Beasley, will you be able to make bond, Miss Beasley? I'm sorry, ma'am?
No, sir.
No, sir, okay. All right, Ms. Beasley, again, I'm appointing counsel to assist you. Now, Ms. Beasley, you have an option of waiving or not waiving preliminary hearing. If you were to make bond, the preliminary hearing for misdemeanors right now is September the 15th. Okay, if you choose to waive that hearing, your case will be sped up and handled by another judge within the next 2 weeks. Okay, if you waive it, you're not saying you're guilty, you're not giving up any rights. It's just that you want your case sped up. So, Ms. Beasley, do you want to keep the September 15th date and hope to make bond, or do you want your case sped up, ma'am? So I'm sorry?
Speed it up.
Sped up, okay, all righty. The deputy is there, will have something for you to sign, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hi,
Hey, man, what's your name, please?
Audrey Griffin.
Audrey Griffin. All right, Ms. Griffin, it is alleged that you damaged property, criminal trespass, damage to property. Do you understand the allegation, Ms. Griffin, or do you require me to read it to you?
No, not really, because this was my house.
Okay, so I'll read it to you. Understand, I'm not saying whether you did anything wrong or not. This is just an allegation. And my job is to make sure you're informed, okay? All right, first, let me back up a little bit. Well, let me read it to you. It said that you damaged the property of Jeremy Ringo. That's basically it. You broke the rear passenger side and rear windshield. That's what it says. Okay, so this is not a house. It's about a car.
That was my call.
Okay, good. So your attorney will help you figure this out real quickly. The bond in those matters, ma'am, is $3,000. Will you be able to make bond, ma'am?
Yes.
Awesome. All righty. Now, you're not to have any violent contact with Mr. Ringo. I'm gonna allow you to go back around there, talk with him, whatever. Just can't be breaking stuff.
Sorry.
All righty. Now, Ms. Griffin, if you were to make bond, the court dates for misdemeanors is the 15th of September. If you're to make bond, that date will be canceled and you get another court date down further on in the year. You also have an option today of waiving that court date and having the matter sped up. You want to make bond and have it handled later on in the year, or do you want to waive and speed it up?
I just want to make bond.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, thank you very much, ma'am. You have a great afternoon. Thank you. I have some ladies, guys. Hold on. Let me run off some names for you. What about a Shanice White?
Shanice White?
She's out on bond, Your Honor.
All righty. Got another one coming up. Hold on. What about Melissa Gardner? She's on the 25th. All of these are on the list of the 25th.
She's in medical, Your Honor.
Okay, medical. All right, thank you. Got another one. Kalicia Hammond.
She's in medical.
All right, hold on. I got one more to look up. Give me 1 second. Hold on. All righty, I think that's it. What I would like to, hold on, let me just check myself. No, hold on. From the 24th, from the list of the 24th, what about a Sydney Marie Young?
In medical.
Okay, all right. And what about a Doe Alenge? Oh, she's a fugitive. There's another fugitive.
Yes. The male, you want to start with
Oh,
him?
he's a male? I'm sorry. Okay, cool. All righty, thanks. All righty, hold on, that handles all the females. What I would like to do, if you can ask if anyone needs a Spanish interpreter, please. And if they do, if you could have those folks come up first, I'd appreciate it. All right, thank you.
Hey, where's the,
Yes, sir.
so how many, you had total, man?
Yeah, Deputy, and when you're bringing have them after the folks who need interpreter, I would like to start with the list of the 24th, so we kind of keep it in order.
You want to start with the list of the 24?
Right, Spanish folks needing interpreters first, and then after that, the list starting beginning with the 24th in alphabetical order, please.
Okay, there's nobody need interpreter.
Okay, last call. All righty, Ms. Bermudez, I think there's no one needing your services this afternoon, ma'am. I thank you for your time.
I'm not sure.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good afternoon.
Yes, hold on.
I'm not sure. She's in medical. I think that's an African name.
Okay, yeah, Lenge, I think is an African name. So no one is in need of a Spanish interpreter.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Have a good afternoon.
Same to you now. All right, let's begin with the 24th, please.
Yeah, you got a man. Hey, so all the females are done? Okay, so I'm gonna put them over now. Give him your name.
Matthew Bryant.
Mr. Bryant, good afternoon. Mr. Bryant, it's alleged that you committed the following allegations, sir. You drove under the influence of alcohol, an improper lane change, and hit and run involving an accident. Mr. Bryant, do you understand the allegations, sir, or do you require me to read it to you?
I understand, sir.
Mr. Bryant, your bond this afternoon, sir, is $6,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Bryant?
Yes, sir.
All righty, Mr. Bryant, because you're charged with a misdemeanor, I have to explain this to you. The court dates for misdemeanors is September the 15th. If you make bond, that day will be canceled and you'll get your next court date in the mail. Or you may waive that court date and have your case sped up. Now, do you want to waive and have your court date sped up, or do you want to keep that court date, sir?
I'll keep the court date together.
And again, if you make bond, that court date will be canceled. All right, thank you, sir.
Step up, sir.
Your name, sir?
Andre Caldwell.
All right, DeAndre Caldwell. Yes, sir. You're alleged to have committed the offense of criminal trespass. Do you understand the allegation, or do you require to be read to you?
Can you read it to me?
Yes, sir. It says that while involved in a heated argument, you snatched a wine glass from Kimberly Smith, with whom you live, and then you threw it at Kimberly Smith, causing the glass to hit the wall and break.
That's incorrect, sir.
Well, hold on. Again, you heard me say at the beginning, I'm appointing counsel to assist folks. That's the person to whom you talk about whether something is right or not, because that's not my task.
Okay.
But I want to make sure that you understand what's alleged, and you'll have counsel so you can work with counsel to correct it. Now, the bond is $3,000. Will you be able to make bond?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, I'm allowing you to go back around the house and everything like that, but you can't have any violent contact with Miss Smith, okay? No pushing, shoving, arguing, that kind of stuff until this matter is over with, okay, sir?
Sure.
All righty, and I'm appointing counsel to assist you. Now, one more thing. If you make bond, that date of September 15th will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. Or you can waive it and have your case sped up. Do you want to keep that court date and make bond, or you want your case sped up?
I'll keep the court date, sir.
All right, have a good afternoon then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm. What's your name, sir?
Andre Hogan.
One more time.
Andre Hogan.
Andre Hogan. All right, Mr. Hogan, it's alleged that you failed to have your headlights on and driving without a license. Your bond this afternoon is $2,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Hogan?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Hogan, the court date's scheduled for September the 15th. When you make bond, that date will be canceled and you'll get your next court date. It'll be further on in the year. You also have the option this afternoon of, if you want your court date sped up, you can waive that date and you'll have a next court date within the next 2 weeks. Do you want to keep that court date and make bonds, or do you want to speed it up?
I want to make bond.
All righty, sir. Thank you. If you make bond, again, the court date will be canceled and you get the next court date in the mail. All right?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Pretend to hit the wall, sir. I'm quite, come on up, sir. Come on, step up to the podium. I'm quite sure that they had to. I remember it coming on the radio.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
Judge James.
Mr. James, it's alleged that you committed the offense of disorderly conduct as well as possessed marijuana 1 ounce or less. Your total bond this afternoon is $3,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. James, if you make bond, the court date for misdemeanor is the 15th of September. If you were to make bond, that court date will be canceled and it'll get the next court date in the mail. It'll be for a later time in the year. However, because you're charged with a misdemeanor, you have an option of waiving that preliminary hearing and have your case handled within the next 2 weeks. If you choose to waive, you're not admitting guilt or anything. You're just saying you just want your case sped up.
I would like to wait.
All right. You'd like to waive it. You want it sped up.
Sir.
All right. The deputy there is going to have you sign something, sir, and I'll sign it to let the clerks know you want your case sped up. Thank you, Mr. James.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
just trying to see if it was possible I could get a signature on, or is that not possible?
Well, when I looked at it, Mr. James, I didn't give you one, so there must have been a reason why I didn't give you one. All right. Thank you, Mr. James.
Step up, sir. Christopher.
What's your name, sir?
Jones.
Mr. Jones, it's alleged that you had a red light violation as well as theft by receiving stolen property. Do you understand the allegations, Mr. Jones, or do you require me to read it to you?
Say that one more time.
Okay, all right. It's alleged that you had a red light traffic violation as well as theft by receiving stolen property. Do you understand the allegation or do you require me to read it to you?
That's right.
You understand?
You can read it to me.
Read it to you, okay. It says that you commit the offense of running a red light when you fail to stop at a red traffic light, red traffic control device. It said that you also had concealing your waistband, a 9mm weapon.
Oh, yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Okay, all right. So that's basically the allegation, sir. Your bond this afternoon is $8,500. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Again, I'm appointing counsel to assist you, Mr. Jones. And Mr. Jones, your court date is October the 14th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. October 14th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
This way, sir. Step up, sir. Hands on the wall in front.
What's your name, sir?
Christopher McCombs.
Mr. McCombs, your charge is alleged that you committed a weapon. Correction. It is alleged that you possessed a weapon during the commission of a crime. You had drug-related objects as well as possessed marijuana 1 ounce or less. Now, Mr. McCombs, I'm going to deny the warrant this afternoon, not because it is not an offense. I'm denying it due to a technicality. You may be rearrested, sir. Okay. So for now, the allegations are denied. Thank you, sir. Oh, so what's your name, please?
Amir Outerbridge.
The only one that's out of character right there.
I'm sorry. Say it again for me.
Outerbridge. Amir.
Okay. All right, and Mr. Outerbridge. Sir, it's alleged that you committed the offense of simple battery. Do you understand the allegation or do you require me to read it to you, sir?
Can you read it for me, please?
Yes, sir. It's alleged that there was a fight involving you, and upon the officer's arrival, they saw you in the stair in the face of one Danielle Jackson, telling her to get in the house. Miss Jackson turned to walk in the house, and they observed you took your hands and pushed her in the back in the presence of the officers. All righty. It says Miss Jackson did not wish to prosecute. However, because the offense occurred in the presence of officers, they had to arrest you. Now, that is the allegations. The bond, sir, is $3,000. However, I'm going to allow you to sign out on an OR bond. There is a condition, is that you'd have no violent contact with Miss Jackson.
Yes, sir.
If there's any allegation that
I didn't hear the last part you said the officer was speaking to me. I'm sorry.
we'll move on. Okay. You understand? You heard that I'm going to allow you to sign out. Did you hear that?
No, sir, I didn't.
All right.
It was the 3,000.
All right. Okay. The bond is normally $3,000. However, I'm going to allow you to sign yourself out on an OR bond. Okay. The condition is you'll have no violent contact with Miss Jackson. If there's any other reports of, arguing, fussing, fighting, touching, you could be rearrested and you'll not be eligible for any bond while this matter is pending. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you and have a great afternoon. What's your name, sir?
Muhammad Amin Usman.
A little bit louder.
Muhammad Amin Usman.
Okay. All right, Mr. Usman, it's alleged that you possessed a weapon during the commission of a crime, one count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act, as well as use or possession of drug-related objects. Your bond this afternoon, sir, is $20,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Your bond is, well, let me start over. It is alleged that you possessed a weapon during the commission of a crime. You had one count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act, as well as use or possession of drug-related objects. Do you understand the allegations or do you require me to read them to you?
Can you please read them to me?
All right, sir. It said that you have in your possession several small clear bags that contain a green leafy substance, which is suspected marijuana. Located in the bag was located in the front passenger seat. There was also a black and color scale located in the bag. You also possessed a black and color handgun, which was found on your hip when you were patted down for weapons. That's the allegation, sir. The bond this afternoon is $20,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
No, I will not.
All right, sir. All right, I'm appointing counsel to assist you. And again, either that attorney or someone from that attorney's office is to come and see you within 72 hours or speak with you within 72 hours. Your next court date, sir, is the 14th of October at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. October the 14th, 8 a.m., courtroom 201.
It's October 14th.
Yes, sir.
And if I can bond out, I can go ahead and bond out.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. What's your name, sir?
Marquez Williams. Marquez Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams. All right, Mr. Williams, it's alleged you drove without a driver's license. Do you understand the allegation, sir, or do you require me to read it to you?
I understand.
All right, Mr. Williams, the bond is normally $1,000, but I'm going to allow you to sign yourself out this afternoon. Sir, you're welcome. After you sign yourself out, there's a condition that you don't violate any laws. You don't break any laws while you're on bond. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, and now, your next court date is the 15th of September, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. September the 15th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. What's your name, sir?
Donnell Archie.
I did not quite get that.
Donnell Archie.
Okay, all right. So we're moving to the next day. All righty. Let me ask the deputy some questions. Hey, folks, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Before we get to the 25th calendar, because hang on, let me just check something.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Archie's on the 25th calendar. So from the 24th, what about Donald Bussey?
Donald Bussey?
Yes, sir.
Bussey. See if there's a Donald Bussey. On the 24th?
It's the 25th, you said.
No, 24th calendar.
He's not here. Judge is not here, Judge. He's not responding.
Okay, all right. Okay, got it. What about Bokar Dia? Bokar Dia.
He's not here. He's not here. Oh, quarantine.
Oh, Judge, he's quarantined, sir.
Okay, no problem. Medical, thank you. What about Ezard?
He's not here either.
Answer. What is he doing?
I don't know. He's not responding.
Okay, they got him not responding, Judge. I have no idea what.
All right, question mark, no problem.
Sir,
A Nickerson Guillaume.
Nichols, right here. What's over here? Medical?
Medical, okay, got it.
Mhm.
Mitchum, Jamar Mitchum.
Mitchell. That's not Mitchell. Right here. We got Christopher and at home. I said Mitchell.
I don't have a Mitchell. I don't got a Mitchell there.
Judge, we don't have a Mitchum on our jail sheet.
It's a Mitchell, what, Jamal?
Mitchum?
No, Mitchum. Let me check my sheet too. Give me 1 second.
Gotta be, what that mean?
Not active.
He's not active, Judge, so he must,
Bonded out. Okay, no problem. Thanks. We can check it. Thank you. And I got a Revon Taylor.
Taylor? He's quarantined, Judge.
Okay, thank you. And the last one from that list. Oh no, I have a Brandon Watson.
Brendan Watson. Okay, right there, Mr. 25. Medical, Judge.
All righty, and the last one from that list is a Darius Williams.
They don't want nothing, and I don't know.
Darius, 846. Judge, we're gonna need to check on him, sir.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that should complete the 24th list, and then we'll move to the 25th. All right, thank you. All right, and Mr. Archie, step up. How you doing today, sir?
I'm not well, sir.
Understand. Let's try to see if we can't.
Am I allowed to speak?
Well, hold on. First, you got to listen. When I was a child, I used to watch something called Sesame Street. It said listening is the beginning of understanding. All righty, sir. So, Mr. Archie, it's alleged that you made terroristic threats. Do you understand the charge, sir, or the allegations? Should they require me to read them to you?
Yeah, I'll require you to read them to me. I mean, I know, but that's kind of why I asked you, could I speak?
Well, I'm not your attorney, sir. So, I mean, my only requirements for what I need to do is one, make sure you understand your charges, and then I'm going to go through your rights. I'm not here to figure out whether you did it, didn't do it, or any of those things. I've appointed counsel to assist you. And as I said at the beginning, either that attorney or someone from that attorney's office is to come and see you within 72 hours. That's who you tell whatever so they can best help you. Here today, there's no help I can give you that I haven't already given you. But what I want to make sure is that you understand your rights and what there's some conditions going forward. Now, if there's something you don't understand with what I'm saying, then yes, you can maybe ask me to clarify something. But no, I don't need to hear whether or not it's true, not true, or anything of that nature. So I haven't said anything yet, so you really can't be asking me anything because you really don't know what I'm talking about. So, one, you're charged with terroristic threats. Do you understand it, or do you want me to read it to you? All right, good. I'm denying you bond today. But when you do make bond, you just hear from Luis Fernandez. You're not allowed to go back around the address of 17651 North Hill Drive.
Sir, that's my house. He doesn't live there. That's my grandfather.
Understand? I read it, son. I read it. Now, continue to listen.
Yeah, we told him that we could figure out.
Now,
Anyway,
I'm putting on here that once you make bond, contact the sheriff and they'll go around with you to your house. I've also appointed counsel to assist you. You tell that to counsel, and counsel do whatever they need to do to make sure your grandfather don't live there if he doesn't live there. Because today, talking to you right now, I don't know. All righty. Now, listening is the beginning of understanding. Your next court date is the 14th of October, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201, October the 14th, 8 a.m., courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
Step up, sir. Hands on the wall here.
Hello, sir. What's your name?
Dante Davenport.
Davenport. All righty. Mr. Davenport, it's alleged that you committed the offense of loitering or prowling. Do you understand the allegation, sir? Do you require me to read it to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you understand, or yes, you want me to read it to you?
I understand. Yes, sir.
All righty, Mr. Davenport, the bond is normally $1,000. However, I'm going to allow you to sign yourself out this afternoon. Mr. Davenport, while on bond, you're not to violate any laws of the state. And your next court date, sir, is the 15th of September, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. September 15th, 8 a.m., 201. And don't be loitering around that place, sir. Good afternoon.
Come on, sir.
How you doing, Dayon?
I'm doing well, sir. What is your name, please?
Jarvis Green.
Jarvis Green. All right, Mr. Green, it's alleged, sir, that you committed the offense of theft as well as deposit account fraud. Your total bond this afternoon, sir, is $5,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir, but I have previous charges, so.
Understand. You don't need to go into it. You're good. All righty. I'm appointing counsel to assist you. Now, you know, you're charged with a misdemeanor. So the dates of misdemeanor is September the 15th.
Yes, sir.
Or you can waive and have this matter addressed in the next 2 weeks.
I have a attorney, sir. I'm gonna let her handle it. I said I already have an attorney appointed.
Okay, got it. But you want to waive and move this up, or do you want to let it stay until September the 18th?
It's September 18th.
All righty, sir. Thank you very much and have a good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, sir, what is your name, please? All right, give me 1 second.
Everybody face the wall. Everybody always stay facing the wall until that door pops.
All right, I'm sorry. Let me have your name again, please.
Brandon Graham.
Brown.
Graham.
Okay, got it. Brandon Graham. All right, Mr. Graham, it's alleged that you failed to have your headlights on. You had a tag that was concealing the identity of the vehicle. You had no insurance and one kind of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Mr. Graham, do you understand the allegations or you require me to read them to you, sir?
I do understand them, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Graham, the bond this afternoon, sir, is going to be $10,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Graham?
I will not, Your Honor. I don't understand why it's $10,000.
I understand that. All right, and Mr. Graham, I am appointing counsel to assist you, okay? Someone from that counsel or the counsel office will contact you within 72 hours. Your next court date as currently scheduled, sir, is October the 14th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. October the 14th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Thank you, Mr. Graham, and all the best to you.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Even if I could prove these allegations and could prove these allegations that I had insurance, that I had my lights on and all that, that doesn't matter. Because I did have insurance.
Well, let me tell you, let me stop you. And I mean, you know, I would say tell your attorney and tell him to work hard and make it happen for you. But today, sitting here today, I can't help you. I've done the best I can for you, which is to treat you fairly as I treat everyone else and give you a respectable bond under the circumstances. I will just encourage you to make bonds, or if you can't make bond, when you speak to your attorney, give them as much information as you can so they can make something happen positively for you.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Step up, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name, please?
Dennis Jackson.
All right, Mr. Jackson. All right, Mr. Dennis Jackson, yes? All right, Mr. Jackson, it's alleged that you had one count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. The bond in that matter, sir, is $7,500. First, do you understand the allegation, or do you require me to read it to you?
I require you to read it.
All right, Mr. Jackson, it's alleged that you possess marijuana more than an ounce. The marijuana was located on the floor of your living room which is located while the officers were there during a domestic dispute. That is the allegation, sir.
So
Now, Mr. Jackson, your bond, sir, is $7,500. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
how much would I have to pay, sir?
You're going to figure that out. Probably about $2,000 or so. Now, I'm appointing counsel to assist you, Mr. Jackson. And Mr. Jackson, your next court date is October the 14th.
I can't hear you, sir.
Your next court date is October the 14th.
So I guess,
October the 14th, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. October 14th, 8 a.m., 201.
so I'll be at the bond.
You still didn't hear me?
No, I can't hear you. I'm saying no, switched up.
One of y'all write it down for him, please. His next court date is October the 14th, 8 a.m., courtroom 201. It's all right. We all have different degrees of hearing. That's okay.
You say his bond was?
7,500.
Come here, please.
One way.
Good afternoon, sir. What is your name, please?
Orlando Lothan.
Mr. Lothan, you're alleged to have committed the offense of criminal trespass. Do you understand the allegation, sir, or do you require me to read it to you?
I require you to read them.
All right, Mr. Lothan. It is alleged that without permission, you placed several personal items belonging to your wife, Jamara Lothan, outside the room. I mean, this writing is kind of rough, but that's basically the allegation. You also removed the victim house keys and threw it in the woods because you wanted her to have them. All right. Now, I can't really read this all that clear, but the allegation is you deprived your wife of certain items without a permission. Now, Mr. Lothan, I'm not sure, Lothan, the bond is normally $2,000. However, I'm going to allow you to shine yourself out this afternoon.
Okay.
There is a condition, though, sir. Same condition I gave to your spouse.
Okay.
And it's that you guys would have no violent contact. You know, you live your life as best you can. And if you can't live it together, live it separately. But you're not supposed to have any violent contact or any disruptive behavior. Do you understand, sir?
I got you.
All righty, sir. Now, if you make bond, the court dates for misdemeanor is scheduled for September the 15th. If you make bond, that date will be canceled and you get a later court date. You'll get notice of it in the mail. Or if you want to have your matter sped up, it can be handled within the next 2 weeks. Do you want it sped up, sir?
I want to make mine today.
All right, so thank you and have a good afternoon.
Come here.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name, please?
Maybe.
Mr. Mayberry, it's alleged that you committed the following offenses: fleeing from police, driving a suspended or revoked license, violating the speed restrictions among the driving too fast conditions, as well as reckless driving. Also, driving a suspended license, fleeing and eluding police officers. Sir, your bond this afternoon is $8,500. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
I'm not sure.
All right, I understand.
And I was never for my suspended license.
All righty. I can't hear you, but hold on. I want you to finish listening. The court dates for misdemeanor is scheduled for September the 15th. If you were to make bond, that date will be canceled and you'll get your next court date in the mail, and that court date will be further on in the year. Or if you want, we can waive it and you have your case handled within the next 2 weeks. If you choose to waive, you're not violating, you're not giving up any rights. It's just a decision you're saying you want your case handled quickly. And this may be a benefit to you if you may have difficulty making bond. But again, I'm not encouraging you to do that. You can do whatever you want. Now, sir, do you want to keep the September 15th court date or do you want to waive?
I'll waive.
You're waiving?
Yes or no?
Yes.
Or you wait?
Yes.
I'm confused.
That's
All right,
all.
let me ask, hold on. Don't say nothing. Do you want it sped up or not?
Yes.
Sped up. You want it sped up? All right. The deputy will have you sign something. Thank you.
All right, sir.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. What is your name, sir?
It's Jarius O'Neill.
Mr. O'Neill, it's alleged that you drove a motor vehicle on a suspended or canceled registration, as well as having no license, as well as having a suspended or revoked driver's license. Do you understand the allegations, Mr. O'Neill, or do you require me to read them to you?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
All right, Mr. O'Neill, the bond this afternoon will be $2,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. O'Neill?
My family is not up here, Your Honor, so I'm kind of like up here by myself, so it'll be difficult for me to make bond.
All right, well, I understand. Now, I want you to hear the rest of what I'm about to say. If you were to make bond, the court date scheduled for this matter right now is September the 15th. If you were to make bond, that court date will be canceled and you get a court date for a later time in the year. However, you have an option of waiving that court date and your matter will be in front of a judge within the next 2 weeks. It's a decision you're making that you want to speed it up. You're not saying you're guilty. You're not giving up any rights. You'll still have counsel. It is a decision you're making that you want to speed it up. Now, do you want to quit? Do you want it sped up or do you want to keep it for September the 15th?
September the 15th.
All righty. I thank you, sir, and you have a good afternoon and all the best with getting in contact with your family, etc. Okay, sir?
Your Honor, I want to know if it's possible for me, since it's a traffic violation, isn't it the fact that I served 48 hours and I can be released?
That is not within my purview, sir. I don't get involved in that. I don't. The next counsel and the next judge may, but my goal today is to advise you of your rights.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You can go. The channel opens up. So, the channel opens up. If you want to advertise.
Hey, good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
Brandon Watson.
Mr. Brandon Watson. Give me a second. Let me find that paperwork. Did you say Brandon Watson?
Brandon Watson, sir.
W-A-T-S-O-N?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Excuse me. All right, you're on the other, hold on. All right, you're on the other list. Mr. Watson, it's alleged that you committed the offense of simple battery and cruelty to children in the first degree. Your bond this afternoon is $7,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Watson?
All I got to pay is $800 to get out.
No, sir. That's what you pay to a bonding company.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Watson, I'm appointing counsel to assist you, sir. And your next court date is the October the 14th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. October the 14th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so can I also, is my bond 70,000 or just 7,000?
Total is 10,000. 10,000.
10,000. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. What is your name, sir?
Mario, is it?
Yeah, give me a second. All right, Mr. Ezard. It's alleged that you drove without a license, as well as one count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Your bond today, sir, is $8,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm appointing counsel to assist you, sir. And your next court date is October the 14th, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. October the 14th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Thank you, sir. What's your name, sir?
Robert Daniel.
Give me 1 second. All right, now tell me your name one more time, please.
Jarvis Daniel.
Daniel. Jarvis Daniel. Okay, sir. Mr. Daniel. Mr. Daniel, it's alleged that you followed too closely, drove under the influence of alcohol, an improper lane change, striking a fixed object, as well as hit and run, leaving the scene of an accident. Your bond this afternoon, sir, is $10,500. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Now, the court dates for misdemeanors is September the 15th. If you're to make bond on these charges, that court date will be canceled, and you'll get a later court date. You'll get a court date for later in the year, and you'll get notice of that court date in the mail. Or if you choose to, sir, you can waive that court date and have a next court date in the next 2 weeks. Do you want to keep the September 15th court date and make bond?
Yes.
All righty, got it, sir. All right, again, I'm appointing counsel to assist you. And let me see, that's all, sir. Thank you.
I have a lawyer already.
Okay, sir, no problem. Awesome. Have a good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Give me 1 second, sir. All right, sir, what's your name, please?
Kevin Clay.
All righty. 1 second. Yeah, I'll do this later. All right, Mr. Clay. Mr. Clay, you're aware of the charges for which the allegations, sir? All right, Mr. Clay, I have to deny you bond today, sir. That's a standard. But when you do make bond, sir, you're still away from Deanna and DeJuria Drake. Mr. Clay, I'm appointing counsel to assist you, and your next court date is going to be on October the 14th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. Okay, you can write that down. October 14th, or the deputy will give it to you. Your next court date is October the 14th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. And again, sir, I'm denying you bond. Okay, sir?
Okay, and you were saying about the name of, you said something else after that.
About you have to stay away from those young ladies, Drake. Deanna Drake and DeJuria Drake.
Now, what about them?
You have to stay away from them.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, no problem. That's all. Don't say anything else. That's all. Thank you.
Walk up, sir, and state your name.
Walk up to the podium and state your name.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Donald Bussey.
All right, Mr. Bussey, give me a second. All right, they have me moving stuff around now, getting stuff out of. I had everything nice in order. Give me a second, Mr. Bussey. Okay, got you. All right, Mr. Donald Bussey, it's alleged, sir, that you violated one count of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. The bond is $7,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Bussey?
I hope so, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Bussey, I'm appointing counsel to assist you, okay? And your next, and either that attorney or someone from that attorney's office is to contact you within the next 72 hours. Now, Mr. Bussey, your next court date is October the 14th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. October the 14th, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
Come on, sir. Put your hands on the motherfucker. We gotta find them other guys. That's it, but we have to find these other folks.
All right, I have some names to call off on the 25th calendar. If you don't have anybody else right there right now.
Go ahead, John.
All righty, there's a last name Henry, first name Rashawn.
Yes, that's in medical.
All righty, no problem. And I think that's it. Hold on, is that it? Hold on.
You have.
What about a Demetrius Pearson, who's an add-on?
C19. He's in medical.
Okay, medical. Okay, and I think the last one I have is the fugitive Dole Alenge.
He's in medical.
All righty, so everybody else seems to be in medical.
We have some more people in medical too.
That's fine. When we get down there, we'll sort them out. Thanks, okay? I'll stand by.
Yes, sir.
All righty.